Turned out to be a really nice sunny day up here. We had some cloudy days. I mean, it's been kind of warm, but today, most of the clouds left. And um, anyway, that's facing Pioneer Peak out here in the Matsu Valley in Alaska. So thought it was kind of neat to be out here and be able to get somewhat of a clear shot of it. Still a little bit of snow up there. Of course, it stays up there year round, but anyway, just a nice, quiet view of Alaska. I speak English. How's it going? Yep. How are you? Yeah, we're just hanging out in Alaska, so I thought I'd live stream it just for a little bit, just because it's kind of cool. And a lot of the sun came out, and so nice view of Pioneer Peak. It's kind of warm out too. It's about, warm for here, right? It's 70 degrees, but right up there where the grass is real green there, it's real swampy. It's like a marsh, so it's real humid here. Yeah, isn't that pretty cool? Matsu Valley, 50 miles north of Anchorage. It'd be really cool if that rest of that cloud would just go, but yeah, it's been a nice day so far. Nice and quiet. Listen. Yep, you too, thanks. Awesome. Yeah, I just like to show stuff around Alaska. I'm actually working right now. I'm actually out on a special project. There's some people down the way over here doing some work, and my job out here is to be the bear watch. So yeah, there's just a little ways down off to the right over here. So yes, yep, I live here, and I live far from here. So this is just a few minutes from my house. So when I get out, when I actually don't have to work actually in Anchorage, because I drive there for work, but live out here, I like to be able to stream it. Yeah, bear watch, yeah. Yeah, a couple years ago, in this area, there was a brown bear that attacked a dad and his son while they were out here duck hunting, and that didn't go very well. The son was attacked, but he lived. He was okay. But and the Alaska wildlife troopers had to track down the bear, and but that's the way it goes. So Yeah. So last year, just about this time last year, I got to go to the Arctic. We left from Nome, Alaska, got on a South Korean icebreaker, and traveled about 1,800 miles north up through the East Siberian Sea and then up to the Arctic Ocean, went all up to the Arctic ice shelf. And someone I work with, him and I were each the polar bear guards for the researchers that were down on the ice shelf doing all the research projects and things that they were doing. And while we were on that trip, we saw a mom and two cubs. And I have some footage of all that on my channel. You could peruse through it and find it. Time when I was on the ship and when I was out on the ice. And then I actually got images of mom and her two cubs from the ship, from the icebreaker. The crazy thing about that was we were literally about 45 minutes from going down onto the ice. So that would have been a disaster potentially, for somebody or maybe for the polar bears. We were out in international waters, and it was pretty fun. It was interesting. So I got a whole bunch of videos I uploaded from the Arctic trip, so from last year. Never been on a ship before, never been on a helicopter, and on day one flew on a helicopter and they dropped us on the back of the ship. So I had gotten video of all that, and yeah, it was just wild to be taking off on the back of a ship and then flying out over the ice pack and then landing down on the ice pack. And I'm like, I've always wanted to do something unequivocal in my life, but that's not what I quite had in mind, icebreakers, helicopters, and polar bears. That was a one and done for me. So, a lot of Dramamine on that trip too. Yeah, go check it out later when you have time. It's pretty fun. Nice. Yeah, it was fun. Let me tell you something. The food on that ship, a lot of it I couldn't eat because it was, too spicy. But the food, that I did eat was very clean. It was really good stuff. You didn't feel all full and fat after eating it. You felt like, you felt good. You felt like you had some energy, and even their soda was different. I like Coca-Cola products, and even the soda that was canned and bottled in South Korea was on that ship. So it's all in Korean, and it had less sugar. It didn't have all the ingredients in it. It just, even that tasted different. It was good. Even the ketchup was different. So it was amazing to experience different food, to be eating the same foods, but because they have different standards or practices, whatever you want to call it, in their food standards, but to be able to eat that was just, their stuff's not as sweet. Their ice cream's not as sweet as you'd think. Their cake's not that sweet. It just tasted so much better, Oh, and now you're hungry. Yeah, sorry. Well, I'm thirsty, so I get to drink water. I had a slice of pizza for lunch. I've seen, not today, but I've seen moose and their calves out here. Middle of the day, it's kind of hot. I mean, I say hot, but for Alaska, it's kind of hot. It's like 70 degrees, but a lot of ducks and geese migrate through here. Snow geese, different swans, cranes, all over these flats out here. But, it's middle of the day, it's kind of warm, so everything's kind of hunkered down right now. Yeah, 70's a little warm here. We're on the warm side. I mean, not horribly much warmer, but it is a little warmer. Now, what was it? Week before last, we were touching, or a couple weeks ago, we were touching 80. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yep, how's it going? Listen how quiet it is. Of course. You guys want to see an excavator on train tracks? All right, cool, thanks. You want to see an excavator on train tracks? I'll show you something cool. You ever seen an excavator on train tracks? All right, we'll see you later. All right, let's go check out the excavator on train tracks. Might be a little shaky for a second here, so. All right. Let me zoom in. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? I'd like to know what something like that costs. Anyway, so that's how you get it down here. It goes on the tracks, and obviously the tracks are up in the air because it's got the track wheels down on the rails. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Let's see here. I'll go back over here. See, I was telling you, it's like a big marsh over here. So this is a moose's paradise. See? Need some waders to go out there. But if you're into like duck hunting and stuff, they're all out here. No, I don't think you saw a bear. I hope not. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty nice sunny day. You know, sometimes you see climbers up there real early in the morning, and then you'll see like the LED headlamps on. So that's how you know, like, when you can see a climber up there from down here. In fact, near that mountain, kind of off to the right, well, we can't really see it here now, but off to the right of that is the Knik Glacier. And it was about, I think, 4 years ago now, some billionaire from, I think it was Switzerland or Sweden, one of those two. Well, anyway, some billionaire was up here flying around with some people, and they crashed right over there. Didn't end well, obviously. It's 109 here. I don't know how far we can zoom in on that. Trying to see how much we can zoom in. I'm curious. Whoa. Oh, geez. You could really... Okay, cool. Look at that. You could really zoom in on that. That's cool. 3 hours behind. Nice. Yeah, wow. Check that out. That actually makes a better view if I can... Here, hold on. Okay. Here we go. Huh. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize it would actually quite zoom in that much. Pioneer Peak. Yep. Oh, I'm watching. I mean, it's not like they just run around out here, like walking around all over the place. It's not quite like that. I got something funny here. Speaking of bears, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here. Okay, watch this. So I take my dogs. We take our dogs out hiking. Alaska. Watch. So we put these little bells on them. Watch. I'll show you. So we stick. So we stick these bells on them. See? That's what we do. It's kind of funny. Put it on their collar. So then when they're, walking around. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I show my face all the time. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, I always show my face on here. You just go through my channel, yo. You see my ugly mug everywhere on this channel. Well, now you can finally see the tip top of that thing. Looks like the cloud moved back. Just a little bit. Yeah, we have two dogs. We have a Chihuahua Corgi mix, and I have a Rottweiler that I rescued out of a crackhead's tent. It was when I was on patrol in Anchorage on my job. I found the tent within my boundary areas that I was patrolling, and so I, looked in the tent just to make sure there wasn't like a person in it or like a dead body, because that happens, and especially like with the homeless population. And inside I found the dog, and there was no food, no water. And then I saw a couple needles in there, and then there was these pills, these white-ish pills, and something else in the cellophane. Anyway, it was bad. So I had to take the dog out. Well, anyway, long story short, animal control wasn't available. The night drop for the kennels for the dogs was actually full. So dog rode around with me for the rest of the night, and then I brought him home with me because the shelter didn't actually open till noon to the public the next day. So I ended up calling the shelter, sent them some pictures. They asked me some questions, and then turned out the dog was actually part of a animal cruelty case. So the person that had it wasn't supposed to have the dog. The owner, we think, probably sold the dog, traded the dog off for some drugs. Well, the dog was super skinny, You could see all of his hip bones and his ribs. And anyway, so we had to return the dog because he was part of a criminal investigation. And then I says, well, I'll foster him or I'll adopt him. And then they said, okay. They, had my name because of, the report and everything I submitted and all that. And then they called me 6 days later and said, come pick him up. And I says, okay. So I picked him up, and then we named him Roscoe. I don't know why. He just kind of looked like a Roscoe. In fact, I gave him the name when we were riding around that whole night. Had him in the truck, and I was like, well, man, you need a name. So I started calling him Roscoe. So anyway, so he came home with me, and, well, he's my dog now. So yeah, that's how we ended up with the Rottweiler. He's only like a year and a half old. So he's just a big baby. He likes to take over the bed. He likes to sprawl out. He likes to take over my side of the bed. He eats like a trash can a day worth of stuff. He's just happy. And when I found him, he was really scared. He didn't really want anything to do with me. And then as the night went on, he was warming up, and nothing's open in Anchorage late at night, so we stopped. He needed some food, so we stopped at this little coffee shack in town, and I got some fake coffee and a couple of muffins, and they gave me some water for him. So he got some water, and he got to eat a muffin. I think he ate part of my muffin too, so it was all right. Like I need a muffin anyway, but so anyway, that's what happened. So that's how I ended up with the Rottweiler. Wife didn't like it too much, but she likes him. He grew on her. Yeah, I'll post some pictures of them. I may have a couple of videos on shorts with them. I'm not sure. I can post some pictures though of Roscoe, the little Chihuahua Corgi. Here's the funny thing about the Chihuahua Corgi. The dad was the Chihuahua, so we'll leave it as that. Yeah, we have some kids. All right, well, break time's over, so I gotta get back down there. I just came over here for a little bit to show off this view. So anyway, young, 7 to 12 years old. Yeah, 7 to 12. So, all right. Well, I'm a jet. Time for me back to work. Well, I'm here, but I mean, like, go back down that way. I just wanted to show the view because the view is just so cool. So, there you go. All right. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Always like a dirt road. Yep, see you later.